Well, howdy folks. We're over here at the Pocono Raceway. It's Thursday afternoon, of course. We're going to wander around, and Ray has been nice enough to volunteer to take us around the raceway. So, how are you doing, Ray?
Good. How you doing, man?
Well, before we get going, give the viewers a quick backstory on who you are and what you do.
My name is Ray Rogers. I live in Cleveland, Ohio. Been in racing my whole life. Working in started off driving truck in the mid-80s. Worked for a sporting goods company. Got into IndyCar hauling pace cars for a couple of years. That fell through. Had to go get a real job for a while. Got into drag racing for about 6 months. That fell through. Work on a 410 car when I'm home. Other than that, got on Ford. Started off with the testing of the Mustang, and now I'm transporting the engineer trailer for Ford Racing.
Very cool. All right, well, you know your way around motorsports, huh?
Yeah, I've been around it my whole life.
Awesome. All right, well, where are we going to head to first?
We're going to pull out of here on the dealer lot, which is a driver-owner lot.
Okay.
So where all the drivers and families stay. Try to get down pit lane and go through the garage. Go out the midway, show you what's going on there. Show you a few spots where our photographers take pictures. And then we'll hit the campground so you can see all the city that developed in just one day out here.
Awesome. So guys that are watching, some of you have said hello already. If you got any specific questions when we get to an area, be looking for your questions and maybe Ray will have the answer.
Give it my best shot.
All right. So the driver-owner lot sounds self-explanatory, but explain it for those that don't know.
Driver-owner lots are sealed-off areas so the fans can always bother for autographs. This is where the drivers come hours before the race to be alone with their families.
Okay.
Not to be hammered by fans asking for autographs.
Okay, makes sense.
It's a private area. You cannot get in there unless you have certain credentials.
Okay.
And here we are just coming out of the driver's lot, coming down to where the Cup Series will be parking their tractor trailers when they come in tomorrow. They come in off the turn off the crossover where we go by. Here's where we got the chassis company, Monster Energy, Featherlight Trailer when they work on the trailer. All these trucks are a company called Champion. They bring the tires, the team boxes, all the supplies, propane, trucks. When I say the trucks, I'm talking like the safety trucks.
Okay.
The jet dryers, all that equipment comes in there.
So these are toolboxes?
These are the toolboxes that they put on the pit right. These are Penske's here. You see two Penske, 24 Chase Elliott, 34 over here.
Those things have to be heavy.
Yeah.
How much do you think they weigh?
Like 4 or 5. They're heavier than the car. That's why they go on the bottom of the trailers. They also keep one in their trailer that they bring too.
Are they motorized? Or
no.
They
you can see that they have their own brake fluid on the handles.
Okay.
So when they pull them, usually one guy pulling, one guy pushing.
Okay.
And
that's cool.
To your right is where the cars are going to park, where they work on them. Everybody's assigned a certain garage. That goes by points, which garage you get. This will be the Cup Series, the Team Series will be down here. Over here we got the NASCAR trailers, the official trailers. When drivers get in trouble and they're told to come to the trailer, this is where they come to have their meeting with NASCAR.
Okay.
This is all the big executives. This is for the Cup Series here. We'll go through the fence here. If you look out here, this is the way to pit road. And then we're going to go into the Xfinity garage now.
Okay.
Back there you see the Xfinity trucks. That's their offices. All the tires that come from Goodyear. teams pick them out, try to get them, they have codes on them, and they try to get the codes closest to the codes so the tires fit, and they know when they're, the day they were made, what temperatures and all that stuff.
That's a pile of tires over there, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Let me tell you how much in tires.
Yeah.
I think it's like $400 a tire.
Wow.
Some more of the champion trucks at park. Xfinity teams will be parked here. All these trucks, all these champion trucks will be out of here, and all your Xfinity teams will be parked here.
Okay. Someone says in the comments, Red Eye Monster says that those boxes are nearly 5,000 pounds.
Yeah, they're heavier than a car.
It's crazy.
5 grand. See, if you look off in the distance there, you can see some of the champion trucks parked. There's also the trucking company that brings all the tow vehicles up here.
Okay. Are we going to swing through there?
Yeah, we'll just swing down there.
Okay.
Come back around. Let's see, let's give it a little shot. See, these are all the Xfinity team stuff. And out there you see all the tow vehicles, the champion trucks, the jet dryers, street sweepers, all that stuff.
Let's go a little further this way.
Okay.
Because the tow vehicles come from my neck of the woods.
A little rough on the grass.
Yeah, that's better. So a lot of people from my area, which is, you know, the Tampa, Florida area, they're familiar with steps towing, so it's cool to see them on the scene.
They put all these on that flatbed, and that's how they get them to each race.
Very cool.
Trucks don't go on the road, I believe. They don't go on the road.
Okay.
These are just strictly for NASCAR.
That's cool.
These guys do all that. Now, tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday, this will be the problem. You won't be able to drive both.
Yeah.
No more is the engine supplier for the truck series. They have their own. All the trucks have the same motors.
Okay.
And that's what that is.
Okay.
If there's an engine problem, they'll go to that. See this guy moving them around?
Oh, they tow them around. Okay.
Take them down. He hooks them up. Nope, he's not doing it now.
Okay.
He'll hook them up and pull them down the pit road for him. The truck series will be parked over here in the grass. All the truck series, you'll see how they mark off the lines here. This
Yes.
is where all the teams are going to be.
Okay.
And some more will be over there. Parking one more now. There's the tires coming off the trucks on rims.
More tires.
This might be for the trucks.
Okay. Hello, everybody that's chiming in. It's good to see y'all.
And these guys all mount the tires.
Okay.
Just mount the tires. They come from good. Right by them. I want to get out of their way because when they start sending the tires off, it's like a chain. They're just one guy rolls them, one guy catches them.
Right.
Over here we have when the teams come to the fuel. This is all we got a truck on the bid. This is spills.
Oh, okay.
They come here, they bring the fuel cans over here, fill them up, weigh them, see what they weigh, take it from there. How you doing, man? What's going on, bud?
That's cool how everything's isolated to make sure there's no contamination or spillage or anything.
And during the race and during the rest of the weekend, once this is all set up, there will be firefighters here 24/7.
Wow.
With full equipment. Nice beats that you're arguing. Now they put little boxes up here.
How many toolboxes are there? There's like a.
There's 36 Cup teams and 38 Xfinity teams.
Okay.
And I believe it's 32 truck series.
Okay.
So they got all 3 series here this week. Here's victory lane. And the winner of the race goes.
Nice.
pit road.
Okay.
So pit road. So basically, when the cars come out on the track, in and out of the track, they'll have cones in the middle. One lane will be in, one lane will be out. For the guys that got to work back there or not. So they'll come out on pit road, make it left, head out down here to turn 1.
Okay.
When they come in, they'll come in, pit in. They'll come down. You can see how big the pit stalls are. And you'll turn left into the garage.
Looks a lot smaller on TV.
It does. Now, the Pocono straightaway is so big that you can land a 747.
Yeah.
Jumbotrons for the people who can't see the back stretch. More tires, see?
Yeah.
All the nitrogen. They use nitrogen. They don't use compressed air. They use nitrogen.
Okay.
Put that in the tires, and they also use that on their pit guns and all that stuff to make them run. You can see, you can't see on TV how this is humped. See how this is kind of raised up here? How the pit road's not perfectly flat.
Why is it that way?
Rain, runoff, got slope to the left.
Okay.
Ground lifts. On TV, it looks like a flat surface.
Right. So, how long would a tire last for typically?
These guys probably get 40, 50 laps in, I would say.
Okay.
And then they're jump.
Okay.
They recycle them.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, Goodyear recycles them.
Do you know that process, or?
No, not off the top of my head. But
Okay.
I know at the end of the Xfinity and truck race, all the lug nuts that fly off while they're doing that lay along here, and they pick them up and throw them out. A lot of fans will come by and pick them up as, fan stuff.
Yeah, memorabilia.
Souvenirs.
Yeah, awesome.
This is the timing line. Once they get past that yellow line, they can rip it. Look straight out. That's going into turn 1. We're going to cut across here and come out behind the grandstands. Shot down a long straightaway. Like I said, you can land a plane on this.
Yeah, you weren't kidding.
Now this stands will be packed on Sunday. Now we're going to go to what they call the midway, which is where all the fan experiences are and all that stuff.
Okay.
A little behind the scenes.
Okay.
Here, back in the woods there's a small little junkyard of old cars where they store the porta potties. They practice extracting people out of cars and stuff like that.
Well, that's cool.
Over here you got one of the guys who brings all the golf carts. The companies that bring all the different golf carts to the racetrack. Drives that Volvo there. Brings the golf carts, they bring them to the track for us. Wash them, clean them.
Yeah.
So come up here, grandstands to the right. Out in the distance, some of the teams are already here. It's a lot of the truck series. Take a ride out there.
Sure, absolutely.
Here to the left, what we call the TV compound. These are all the TV trucks for watching it on Prime or whatever box. It's all one group. They just change the name when they have it in the race.
Okay.
They have their own production out there.
That's cool. I'll be right at home over there.
Yeah. The one guy, all he does is carry the generators. For that. That's basically generators.
Cat power generators.
Yeah. It's a hard place to get into too.
Really?
It's like a bunch of the truck series are here right now.
Are we gonna come back out this way? Okay, cool.
Yeah, just move around here.
I'm gonna swing around that lot over there where the pickup trucks are.
There's that next. Now over here we got this looks like all the truck series team.
Okay.
Because they'll come in by points. Whoever's number 1 in points goes first.
Okay.
It's parked. And once they're all parked, the teams can open their doors.
So they can't open up until everyone's in there?
Yeah. So
Why?
no one gets an advantage of time working on the truck.
Got it.
Everybody's parked in a group of teams, basically.
Okay.
They'll come in, they get here to get washed. Once they're washed, they'll park them over here.
Okay.
These guys will go to the hotel tonight, be here at 6 o'clock in the morning. And
Let's swing out wide that way. Get a shot of these other trucks over here.
guys wash every truck that comes in.
Perfect. So one of the things that we were joking about, because you and I and Brad, we've been to dinner 2 nights, and you guys were talking about like how quickly this comes together, and it's kind of like a circus where everything moves in, and then it quickly leaves just as fast.
It leaves. By Monday morning, 90% of this will be out.
It's amazing.
These guys will be in tomorrow morning and be out tomorrow morning in the truck series.
Wow.
Then the Xfinity will come in, and the Cup will come in after they leave.
Let's swing this way and give our Bennett people, our Bennett friends, a little extra airtime that way. What's great is I've gotten to know some of the folks at Bennett, and they've been putting on they're planning on putting on a truck show later this year in November.
Yeah.
The Stars, Stripes, and White Lines truck show will be held at Echo Park, so that's cool. It's cool to see them here. Oh, we got to go that way to the right and get a shot of the other trucks. Ray, I got to say thanks again for taking me around.
Got our own little fraternity of drivers. Everybody knows everybody. Try to work together, like I said. Friends on the weekdays, enemies on the weekends.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the best way to put it for us.
Very cool.
By tomorrow, this will be filled with all the cups.
Yeah. So over there in the distance, I want to go over there so you can explain those vehicles sitting over there.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right about. I'm going to read some of the comments.
Okay.
One of the guys mentioned that the tracks are a lot larger in person, so it's pretty amazing.
It's huge. TV does not do this sport justice.
Yeah.
You have to come to one to experience the speed of the cars. It just does not do justice on TV when they go by you at 160, 170.
Yeah, that I'm sure. I'm not sure if I'm ready for that or not. I'm ready for it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's insane. It's the thing I suggest anybody who goes to a race, when you're in the grandstands, go down to the front row when they do a restart and stand there and watch the cars as they go by the first time and come by the second time.
Oops.
All right, what do you got here?
All right, let me turn this off. Oh, there we go. All right, so there's a whole lot of pickup trucks over here. What's going on here?
Okay, what we got here is each race is sponsored by a different manufacturer. This one is sponsored by Chevy.
Okay.
The drivers will be introduced on a stage, and then they get in these trucks and they drive from the beginning of the grandstand to the end, basically outside pit wall, and wave to the fans. So each truck will have 2 drivers.
Okay.
And then the people driving the trucks are selected by the local places. You know, they might win a contest. They could be guests. They could be the owner of the dealership that's supplying them. And they get to drive, let's say, Joey Logano and Ryan Blaney are in the same row. They get to drive them down the front straightaway.
Okay.
They'll be in the back waving to the crowd. And when they pull in, drop them off, they rip them back out here and park them. They're here to promote the manufacturer of the race.
That's cool.
Each race is sponsored by a different manufacturer.
Okay. And then they go back to the dealership and they're sold. That's cool.
They could say that was part of the Pocono race or something like that.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'll fire them off to Ray, and he may have an answer for you.
Where we're going next is basically the fan zone. You want to buy a t-shirt, you want to buy a hat, you want to get radios to listen to the scanners while the drivers are out there, which is something I recommend if you come to a race. Is A, it covers your ears so it's not as loud,
Yep.
and you can hear them telling them what they're going to do.
Okay.
They're going to communicate when they're going to pit, lap times, if they're gaining on the leader, if they're losing. And it's unedited too.
Okay. And commercial free. I mean, commercials are good. That's how we pay the bills. But, you know, being a spectator, being able to hear what's going on without a disruption.
So down here is what we call the t-shirts. All these bobtails pull these t-shirt trailers.
Okay.
They have to disconnect because they hard-nosed the tip.
Okay.
Go down here, I'll show you. Come down and we'll loop around here. You got different teams if you want to buy merchandise. There's a team, a husband and wife, mostly are 2 people that run this. They sell for certain teams. Favorite driver, you want to get something, it's here.
Okay.
Got like SVG, last week's winner right there. Sure, his merchandise sales going up this week.
Nice.
Come down here to even the local track has their own t-shirts. Pocono Raceway has their own t-shirts.
Okay.
So all the fans walking around looking. This is NASCAR's trailer with all NASCAR merchandise.
Nice.
It's all the old school stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And stuff.
That's cool.
Stuff you really don't see anymore. Just the Dale Earnhardt stuff. Toyota. And here comes the Penske trailer. And then we have a trailer here for all the rest of the 4 teams.
Nice.
Some drivers have their own trailer because they're popular.
Yeah.
Like Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott.
Oh, okay.
Chase has his own. Over here is where like a lot of the sponsors will put on stuff for the show. You can see Zen's right here. Tractors, they're a sponsor. Concerts, they'll have a small concert over here.
Okay.
Monster's always got a display with the Monster Girls. I'm sure everybody knows about the Monster Girls.
I do not. Or
They're all local models walking
Okay.
around promoting Monster.
Oh, that works.
A lot of the guys will be there. This is the Zen trailer. This is a one-of-a-kind trailer, and I haven't figured out how this works. So it comes up to the fifth wheel on the front there.
Yeah.
This is a new thing.
Huh. What are they doing there?
It's where you can get that Zen tobacco.
Oh.
It's on the back.
Got it.
Somehow that folds up and they pull that down the road.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know the name of the trailer, but that's the only axle on it. It's almost like it pivots up.
It's kind of like a transformer.
Yeah.
Tractor company, Nancy Ferguson tractors. They're a big promoter of the race. Come out here, you go and get involved. They give away T-shirts, cup holders, koozies.
Mm-hmm.
And Chevrolet has their sponsorship here because they're sponsoring the race. Over here is racing electronics, where I told you that you're going to come, you can rent a scanner and headset and listen to, and they'll program it for you. So anytime a driver talks, you can hear what he's saying while he's racing.
Oh, okay.
And you can rent these for the weekend.
And now can you, let's see, follow your favorite driver and they program it for that?
They program it for to borrow the programmer for the trucks and bring it back. And then they'll program it for the Xfinity, and you can listen to your favorite driver and each class.
That's cool.
Right. Over here, it looks like we got the military service. Got a display going on, a little carnival for the kids. Got a helicopter over here.
Oh, sweet.
When you buy a ticket for a race, this is all included. Come out here and talk to these guys. They'll tell you what it's like to fly that. They'll tell you what it's like to drive that. They'll tell you the good stuff.
That's cool. There's a lot going on here.
Here we see a couple race cars. These are the cars they keep here at the racetrack for your driving experience.
Okay.
For a certain amount of money, you can come out, go to driving school for a day, and they'll take you out with a pace car and see if you're eligible to handle the car, and then they'll let you loose. Yes, they're governed. They're not doing 200 miles an hour like everything else. If you get too fast, they can slow you down.
Yeah. That's awesome. Have you done that?
No, I have not done that yet. When I worked in the pace car program, I got to go at 185 miles an hour around Michigan Speedway with Mario Andretti driving.
Sweet.
That was a memory I'll never forget.
Yeah, tell me about it.
A little, I guess you'd call that a bar stool.
Well, sure. But it's probably fun to drive.
Well, it looks like it's fun to drive.
If it's functional.
Tank over here. Take you for a ride around the outside of the track.
Sounds good.
Come through the tunnel where everything's at. Campgrounds.
Oh, okay.
The other thing is, like we said yesterday, there were no campers here. You saw that.
Yep.
When we get out there, we're going to see how many campers there are.
Yeah, from the looks of it, when Brad and I went grocery shopping this morning, there was a constant line of people coming in. And that was, again, organized chaos. It's pretty cool to see.
It's 2 hours from Philly and 2 hours from New York. A lot of people make this their weekend getaway and enjoy the race and camp all at the same time.
Yeah.
There's probably people that have been coming here for 30 years and doing this.
That's cool.
Yeah, this place is huge.
Yeah. Travis wants to know if I'm having fun. Yes. This is pretty cool. I'd have to say.
He's having fun.
Yeah.
It's always fun to have a first timer. I mean, right over there to your right, you can see all the campers coming in.
Yep.
It's always fun to see a first timer's expression.
Absolutely. So the person is commenting about the Champions fleet. We saw the Champions fleet earlier. They were handling the tires and everything.
Right. Tires, pit boxes, jet dryers.
Yeah. A friend of mine down there where I live is having a beer at one of my favorite breweries. So drink a beer for me, Scott. I'll see y'all soon.
Cheers, Scott. They're all lining up to get their parking pass for their permits now.
Okay.
It's a process. That's how many that come in. They got a special stage them, then they get their paperwork, and then they can go into their spot.
Okay.
And you got people from, like I said, Philly, Baltimore, New York, upstate New York, Pittsburgh, coming here for the weekend. enjoy it.
How many spectators or campers are normally here, you think?
Oh, I would say 40 to 50.
Yeah.
I would say 40,000 maybe. This will all be filmed down there. That's where it is. That's where to go. And it follows the path. And the taking out is where photographers go
Okay.
to do their shooting. Technically, we can't go out there unless you have a photographer vest.
Uh-huh.
And I'll show you where they go. Kind of up close, how close they are to the track.
Okay.
Not to the exact place, but to
Sure.
I would bring them to drop them off.
Okay. And so, while we're traveling there, what's the purpose of the photographers out near the track?
Basically, what the photographers are doing is taking pictures of the cars. Let's say, 22 car gets hit, and he gets hit in the right rear. They want a picture of the right rear so it can be transmitted to the pit box, so they can know what to repair before he comes to the pits.
Okay. And so that's part of the purpose of the technology trailers that you guys pull around. I wouldn't mind being a photographer at one of these joints, at one of these races. It'd be pretty fun.
Now they go down where that Pocono mountain sign is.
Yep.
And they'll sit on the wall. They'll take pictures.
Okay.
That's what all these boxes are for on the walls. There's
Okay.
a generator in the box.
Uh-huh.
That's all power and Wi-Fi for them.
Okay.
And if you want to get out real quick, I'll show you how close they are to the track.
Sure.
This is turn 3 coming out of Pocono. They'll be like right here on the track taking pictures. And the cars come by 120, 130 miles an hour.
That's amazing.
You can see how banked it is.
Yeah.
Yesterday, well, like I said, yesterday that was empty.
Yeah. Yes, it was. Gosh. It's a whole lot of RVing over there.
As you can tell from where we're staying, that there's not much around here.
No.
So a lot of people camp for the weekend because I don't think the nearest hotel is within 100 miles.
Yeah, you're right about that.
And the nearest grocery store is what, half hour away?
Yep.
Only an hour.
How you doing?
So we're gonna go now. We're gonna drive down into the tunnel. In turn 2, there's a tunnel that goes under the track that brings you in.
Okay.
So on our way there, we're gonna go through all these campers that were here yesterday. People got a little pool set up.
That's awesome.
There's some bars set up. All the rain, you can see it's a little muddy.
Yeah.
Some of these people, when they come, bring their own lawnmower to cut the grass before they can.
That's crazy. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah. This, come through here on Saturday night, it's like Mardi Gras.
I can only imagine. Gosh. Professional partiers. I'm going to read a comment. So Red Eye Monster says that Wes is over at the Champion Trucks Unloading. So we drove through there and we saw the guys unloading the tires. There's several trucks over there at that when we drove through there.
I think Champion has like 65 trucks.
Oh, jeez.
Don't quote me on that. They have a large amount of trucks here. We're looking at right here before we need to cover.
Okay. So out of all the years that how many years have you been doing what you're doing with Ford now?
I've been doing this for 2 years. I started with Ford as we have another engineer trailer for IMSA races.
Okay.
And it was testing the new Mustang. Mm-hmm. I got to go to test at Daytona, Virginia International Raceway. Watkins Glen, and we tested the new Mustang before it came out.
Right.
Really strict testing, no pictures, no nothing. They were just testing. The guy that used to do this just decided that he wasn't going to do it no more. And they asked me if I'd do it, and I said, you got to pay to it, pay me right, and I'll do it.
Right. So out of all of those years, the couple of years, what's your favorite aspects of what you do?
What I like about the job is it's rewarding when we win. It's something I love in racing. I'm involved in something I love. When you like doing your job, it's not a job.
Right.
This is a job, yeah. It's a very technical job. You're not hauling freight. You're hauling a $2 million or $3 million trailer down the highway.
That's more pressure than hauling freight.
Yeah. And it's the good thing about racing is we don't race in the snow. Mm-hmm. We only go to warm weather cities. The driving part is only part of the job. You gotta also take care of the trailer. You gotta be a plumber. You gotta be IT. You gotta be a cook. You gotta be everything. Just basically go shopping, supplies. Like these camp spots right here, they are literally on the wall of the track.
Yeah, that's insane.
The track is literally 20 feet away from us. What we call the short sheet.
So are these spots more than the others?
Oh yeah, these will be a lot more. These will be. Right about here, the cars will be coming by at 150 miles an hour. They'll break down and slow down to go to turn 3 there.
That's pretty cool.
They'll be lined up here. They put foam on the fence so they can lean on the fence. Mm-hmm. And like he's hooking up his wall.
Right. You basically sit on top of your camper or RV and get a view.
Right. Sit up top. You can probably see all the way into turn 1. Pocono's what? 2 miles, 2.5 miles, 1 lap.
Okay.
Maintenance garage, like if anything breaks and we need it welded, we'll come over here, ask the maintenance guys if they can swing by. They'll swing by and fix it for us.
Okay. Nice. Okay.
And there's the crossover, another crossover, like we left fit out. This is another crossover to get into the infield.
So this is where Brad and I have been coming, and yourself.
We entered in with the trucks.
Yeah.
We entered with the tractor trailers. Just across the street, you can see the solar for the solar power, run the whole power system of the track.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah. If you look at that on Google Maps, it's huge.
Really?
See more campers going into the tunnel. This building up here on the right is where you have to come to get any parking passes, golf cart passes. If you're a special guest or something, you got to come in here and sign in.
Okay. So that'll be me tomorrow then.
Yeah, that'll be you tomorrow. You'll come over here. I'm not sure if you're going to come here to Pocono or you're going to go to the NASCAR show.
Okay.
They're both over here. Everybody comes in here, gets their passes, gets their camp passes. This place is extremely busy on these days.
Yeah.
So the NASCAR has their credential trailer right there. That's where the hard card and all that.
Okay.
Down here where all these campers are going is to the tunnel.
And so this is the same line of campers and trailers that we saw previously.
Where to go. Over here, you can rent razors, TVs, whatever you want to call them.
Where are you going to take them though?
There's a track pad by the solar power.
Oh, okay. Heck yeah.
I'm going to take you over there, and you can rent them for a couple hours.
Yeah.
Something to do.
Let's swing over there by that blue truck over there.
That's the other spot our photographers go. They go up the hill here. This is turn 2. Outside turn 2.
Yeah, let's get a close shot of this. Swing in on the passenger side for me so we can check this Kenworth out. So that's a pretty cool setup.
That's the TV booth. I'll put on that. Looks soft.
Okay. That's a pretty spicy unit. I like it.
The cameraman will be tethered in there, and he'll go up, and that's what you see on TV. That's the camera shot. The scoreboard's right there next to it.
Very cool.
Yep, I believe he follows us around all the races. I'm not sure if that's safe.
Yep.
A little rutted here.
Yeah.
The tunnel, you can't fit a truck through it, but it's very sketchy. And they have one tunnel for cars, one tunnel for trucks.
Okay.
High campers. See, all the big campers are in a far left lane.
Yeah.
Get in the infield, that's how they go. There's your waterfall.
Very cool. This car behind us go past.
Yeah.
Oh, they have to stop and get checked in anyway. I want to take a quick snapshot of that.
Yeah.
Okay. When this next car passes by, so we pull up that way and I'll take a jump out and get a quick snapshot.
I'll stay there left. Behind us here is the track, right above us.
Okay.
Cars will whip through there. They even have a dog park here.
That's pretty cool.
Tell you what, we're gonna make a left here and come back to the dog park and around all this traffic.
Okay.
Take it through the campgrounds, like around right through. All these campers up the other side of that fence is a racetrack.
Okay.
You have to be on top of this whole other city out here.
Think of all the preparation that everyone has had to make outside, you know, with racing and then the spectators, all this prep to be ready for the weekend.
I always say how much money the grocery stores make on a weekend like this. They're crazy busy. So you can see there's access to the track. This will be where the safety crew, this is part of the road course too. They set the road course in here.
Okay.
You can see
We're just going to come in and turn around and come back out.
Swooping around. There you can see that's turn 1. Long Pond straightaway, they call this. Coming down turn 1 into turn 2, they're painting signs on the wall right there. Setting up cameras. This is where safety teams sit. When an accident happens, they can run out and get it.
Okay.
This goes all the way down the whole infield when you fill the cameras. So you stand with asphalt instead of gravel. Like, when there's an accident on the track, sometimes they'll tow the cars through this road.
Okay.
And the fans get up close and see the damaged vehicle.
So you can almost have a good shot at anything, of anything.
Yeah, you can see this is, we're on what used to be the road course. The rumble strips for the corners here.
Oh, yeah.
This is the infield road course part. Take this all the way over to the field lot. Just since we got here this morning, this place is filled up.
Yeah, it's amazing because, like you said yesterday, there was no one here.
See, I like these guys here. Look at that side. Bridge, tab.
Yeah.
And they're here for one thing only.
Yeah.
Camp, tents.
Uh-huh.
This will be like this area is all tents.
That's cool.
Try to keep it together, same kind of vehicles. I got a recliner turned into
there
a
you
wheel
go.
on wheels. Old rascal turned into a recliner.
That's funny.
Yep, this is mostly tent city over here. Some of the tow trucks will sit over here too.
Okay.
This will be filled with no time. Around here, get back to the fan zone.
Okay.
That's over in the turn 1. Not much over there, just campers. I don't know if more of the Mardi Gras on the infield or the outside, but Saturday night, this will be like Mardi Gras.
I can't picture it. I can picture it, but it's one of those things that you gotta experience.
You see some ingenuity from some of these people, too.
Yeah. Like the dudes with that trailer over there.
That recliner.
Yeah, that and that two-story trailer.
Yeah. I worked at drag racing. Like I said, the guy brought a lawnmower to cut his grass. His own
You weren't kidding.
Firewood. They all come with it. It's their getaway.
Yeah.
And I tell you this, I tell them this all the time, I thank every one of these people for coming. Because without them, you don't have a job. Look at this.
That's cool. What the wife thinking? She's like, am I going to die?
They even rent electric bikes here too now.
Okay, that's cool.
You get an electric bike, there's van place here too. Infield van zone. Rent an electric bike.
Yeah.
See that?
No.
Looks like an old freight liner.
On the other side of this, right here. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's one way to do it. I've seen several of those at the truck shows.
More fan zone selling t-shirts.
Okay.
There's a guy who does wood carving. You can get something, anything carved.
Oh, he's carving with a chainsaw.
Yep.
Let me run over there and get a shot of that real quick. Oh, okay.
There's the wood, as I was going to show you. Comes with a blank piece of the wood.
Can I walk through there and get a shot? Okay, thank you. I'm gonna walk around the other side to get a closer shot. Pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool.
Those trailers right there are mobile showers. Like the people in the tents and all that don't have showers or running water. Come in here, you get your own personal shower.
Nice.
Stuff they sell, all the potatoes. They plan on going through this weekend.
So there's like a market here where people can buy stuff, or there's gonna
make French fries.
Those are food vendors.
Food vendors.
Okay.
Monster will do a promotion or something there. Playground over here where the kids are playing, and
that's classic. Look at all the bikes.
They're playing baseball out here too. You got the cone set up for bases.
Nice. That's
kids
cool.
Are playing baseball.
Yeah. Because some of the kids aren't into racing yet.
No, but they are into racing. But they aren't. Like mom and dad are sitting back having margaritas, and they're out here playing baseball with you.
Yep.
Kids, they've probably been coming here for the last 5 years now. Trailers there, it turns into a big jumbotron. You got the anything goes wrong with your RV, they have an RV on site.
RV repair.
RV repair on site. That'll be a big jumbotron and all that. So our mobile service center for anything goes wrong with the RV.
Nice.
And here we are at what they call the Hall of Fame Rocks.
Okay.
Legendary drivers that probably raced really well here.
Let's swing in a little closer on the right side. Okay.
Like over here.
Okay.
If you're a race fan and you know it, these names. These names are legendary in any kind of racing, NASCAR, IndyCar, whatever. You got Jimmy Johnson in the first one. You don't get, not anybody gets their name on a rock.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jimmy Johnson won like a bunch of races here.
Mm-hmm.
Mario Andretti won in NASCAR here. The King, Richard Petty. David Pearson, one of the best drivers ever. Darrell Waltrip. And the first one here is to the original owners of the track, Doc and Rose.
Okay.
They started this. Bobby Allison also ran good here. You get a rock out here when you're good. Like Denny Hamlin has won 5 races, I believe, here.
Okay.
He made a comment when he won his last one. He wants a rock out here. And these are all legendary race car drivers, all the way down to age 40.
That's cool.
To get a rock, you got to be good.
So I guess you're going to keep on going in this direction at some point.
Here's all your telecommunications. Let me put this up. This is Racing Electronics Track Service. It records everything going on at the racetrack during the race.
As in what? What sort of?
What's being said on the radios and stuff.
Okay.
This will be where the teams park. They'll come in and park here.
Like the haulers, you mean?
Yeah, not the haulers. The teams when they get in the rental vans.
Oh, got it.
They've seen parking over here. They'll come in. Each team usually comes in a 10-passenger van.
Got it.
They'll get out here and walk to the pits. See the backside on the other side of the fence here is the driver-owner lot where we are.
Okay.
This is motor racing outreach is like a place for all the drivers' kids to play. So it's all fenced in so they can have their own areas. They do things like play Twister and baseball and kickball and all that stuff. All the kids play together.
So is every track usually set up similar with all the different
the same,
items?
but different, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, some are big where you have room. Some of the tighter, smaller ones like Martinsville, we don't go in the infield.
Okay.
We're outside the track.
Okay.
Bristol, we're outside the track because they're just only half miles. There's not much. Over here, typically where the jet dryers are for drying the track for when it rains.
So question, what's the longest track?
Talladega, 2.66 miles.
Okay. And what is this one?
This is, I think, 2.5.
Okay.
A little under 2.5. I believe this is the second largest.
Okay. Oh, we were talking about the shape of this track.
Tricky triangle.
And I called it, I said it basically looks like a Dorito because it's three-sided or three corners.
Yep, 3 different corners.
Any rhyme or reason of why they made it 3 corners instead of 4?
Just to be different, just to try the driver skills. Each corner is named after is resembling a different track. Like, I believe Indy, Trenton, New Jersey, and I forgot the third one.
Okay.
They're similar to those turns. I think turn 1 is similar to Indy. Turn 2 is the other track. I can't remember. And turn 3 is Trenton, New Jersey, which is they just torn down.
Okay.
These are all the track drivers. These guys come in, set these trucks go on those champion trucks. They put this together. Those will go out and blow the track dry in no time flat. So turn around so you can see what's in the back.
Okay.
More intense, more cameras. It looks like a turbine system that blows air into those tubes, which dries the track. And they'll run like they're cutting grass.
Really, side by side?
Yeah, like one in front of the other at an angle.
Okay. Like when they're pushing snow on the highway.
Exactly. And you got the sweepers that sweep up all the dust and debris over there. Champion. See all these trucks bring
The blue trucks, or the champion trucks.
Champions,
Okay.
the champions. There's the AMR safety team that goes on and when the car crashes. You can see the one still on the trailer. That's how they do that. And then the vacuums are out there to clean up any debris.
Okay. So there's a whole industry built around NASCAR and these races.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how in depth that was or is.
So much about this.
And when I mean industry, I mean, you know, transportation industry, you know, and all the ancillary services that, you know, work hand in hand with that.
The distances of this, to get all these trucks from point A to point B.
Yeah.
Without breakdowns. Got fuel form if they need it. Little fuel cubes they call them. Somebody will be here for a week. Fuel something up. There's one of these fuel tubes. And we got more fuel for the vehicles. All the behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
What it takes to put on a race for the weekend. It's a lot.
Yeah.
You come in here and see somebody try coming out. And we're back in the deal lot. Where all the drivers. This gate will be closed tonight.
Well, never just came in.
You can't come in and out.
And so for the people that weren't on the stream when we first began, what's the DO lot?
DO lot is a driver owner lot. This is all the officials from NASCAR, all the drivers, the owners, their families. This is where they come. They basically live for the weekend. MRO, like I said, it's like a motor racing outreach. It's a place for the kids to come have fun. You can see there's hula hoops, footballs, games. They play jump rope. They were jump roping in Nashville. You know? Kids can come, all the drivers' kids can come and play, and mom and dad can have a break, and right before dad's going out on the track, or mom.
That's cool.
Get away. Now here's my truck park. All the trailers, these trailers are for all the RVs. They pull, some guys will pull their personal vehicles and motorcycles or different stuff for the kids, all the kids' toys and stuff.
Right.
These drivers set this up, tear it down, do it all. Back there when we started. Brad's out polishing his wheels.
Looking good there, sir.
All right.
Well, Ray, are you going to back into your spot?
Sure.
All right.
Back in this
I tell you what, I would not have been able to cover this on foot, and or have known what in the world I'm looking at. So
where to go? Now you have an idea where to go. A lot of you end up somewhere and then you don't know where you are. You can get lost here.
yeah, definitely.
You can get lost. It's its own little city.
Yeah. So what are some of your plans for the rest of the day in terms, because you brought your technology center here. What do you have yet to do?
Today I'm gonna get my grill set up. I'm gonna get all the cooking stuff set up so when I can come in tomorrow, and the guy team wants lunch, I can prep it, have it ready for them when they have it. Because we get a little window where the photographers come back and everybody else wants to eat lunch before qualifying and race.
Right.
So you gotta figure that time to feed the whole team so they can all go out. And when that, I'll get all that prepped today. The grill, clean, do an extra cleaning. Always you never do enough cleaning. You know, and pretty much that's about it for today.
Yeah.
Did my shopping.
Very cool. Yeah, sorry. We saw you earlier in the. Let me turn my phone off here. Not that I'd be able to get it through my pic. Okay. So yeah, so we saw you earlier when we were shopping.
I got my.
So what?
Food planned for tomorrow.
Yeah. So what's on the menu? Sorry.
My choice are either meatball subs or I'm going to do, instead of pulled pork, I'm going to do pulled chicken with green beans and sliders. If you want to make sliders, you can make sliders. If you want to put it on a plate, you can put it on a plate. And have some mashed potatoes with it too.
All right. So since you're right next door to Bradstroke, I may have to sneak over and taste your culinary skills.
One thing I'm going to tell you, when you're doing this, you're never going to go hungry.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, somebody can always, you've got to try everybody's food.
Yep.
See what's happening.
So have you guys compared or bragged about who has the best food between you and Brad and Mike?
No. We're all good at certain things.
Yeah. All right.
Brad's creative, and he comes up with good ideas. But you can never miss with tacos.
Yep, you got that right. All right, Ray. Thanks again for taking myself and the viewers around. I'm sure they appreciate it, and there'll be more to come this weekend.
Like I said, come out to a race. I appreciate it. Thank you for everybody that does come out to the race. Come out to the race. Check it out. You have to check it out personally. It is something. Your internal organs will shift when you get close to the place.
Wow. All right, Ray. Thanks again.